In 2012, the Washington Post reported that the average life expectancy of Latter-day Saints is about 85 years old. Now, if you go to Sunday school for 1 hour every week of your life, that would be over 4,000 hours in Sunday school. Now, I think if we spend that much time involved in something, here are some of the questions we ought to be asking. What are the factors that contribute to Sunday school being effective and enjoyable in the lives of those who participate? That's the goal of our survey, is to identify those things. Now, the survey was distributed on Facebook, and we got 237 responses and only had to throw out 18 because of incomplete reports. We used mostly 5-point ordinal questions and got ordinal data, with the exception of a couple binary categorical questions that were mostly demographic. Now, once we had all of our information, to create our dependent variable, we combined 3 variables into an index variable. Those 3 variables are: how much do you look forward to Sunday school, how much do you feel the Spirit, and how much do you learn in Sunday school. Now, creating an index variable changed that to an interval variable with a mean of 6.689 to the negative 16th, with a 95% confidence interval of negative 0.3516 to 3.3516. Now, we use linear regression to measure the relationships because we now have an interval dependent variable. We start out with bivariate analysis, and we actually measured all of our variables up against the dependent variable. And we weren't surprised to find out that feeling cared for by your teacher is one of the strongest indicators that you are satisfied with your Sunday school experience. So we really wanted to dig deeper with that variable and learn more about how strong that variable was and how what leads to students feeling cared for. So we went into some multivariate analysis where we controlled for some other variables to make sure that this cared for variable really was that strong. The cared for variable had a 2.0 to the negative 16th p-value and a 0.494 r-squared, meaning it explains almost 50% of the variation. So when we added in some control variables of how often does the teacher bear testimony, how well do they invite the Holy Ghost and validate students' comments, does the teacher know your name, do they talk to you outside of class, which were some of our other strong variables. The p-value was unchanged with feeling cared for, and the r-squared was only slightly changed, indicating that feeling cared for really does explain a lot of that variation. Now, some of the limitations of our study are all the ordinal variables. It'd be more robust data if we had used more interval variables, and also the distribution of our index variable was not perfectly normal. Now, our main recommendation here is if you're a teacher feeling inadequate, yes, you can go out and develop some teaching skills, but more importantly, you can endeavor to care for your students more, learn their names, speak to them outside of class, and that can have a much more powerful impact on how they feel about Sunday school in general. Thank you.